I've never really liked my nose since I was a little girl. I always found it very wide. I have Filipino background. My grandmother's Filipino. So I always had a little bit of a wide nose, a little bit thicker. And so I was never 100% happy with my face. But for many years, that wasn't a factor. My 20s, my 30s, my 40s, it really wasn't a factor until I got a little older. Because I suffer from allergies, my nose became wider, it became thicker, and also the cartilage, the tip of my nose started dropping. And now I would see myself in pictures or see myself in a mirror and really did not like it. So I made this decision that it was time. It was time to really find a surgeon that would do my nose. Except that I had other experiences in the past where a surgery, not because of the surgeon, but also because the body reacts differently, you never know what the final look is going to be. And that terrified me because this is not a breast where you could cover with a shirt or an abdomen, liposuction or something that can be covered. This is your face. This is exposed. So I was terrified. Okay. The confidence, there's no price on that. I wake up now and from the day from the surgery, I saw my face and I loved my new look. It was exactly, I couldn't believe how perfect to what I had visioned and how close that vision, my vision, to his work was. It was worth it. So I have had the opportunity to do other procedures here in Medellin. Starting in 2016 was my first surgery here in Colombia. And thereafter, I came for a revision in 2022, where I did part of a mommy makeover. And I had another one in March of 2023. I've become an expert in what is surgeries here in Medellin. But I was very lucky to have heard of Dr. Zamir's name in a recuperation home here in Medellin, in which he had done surgery on a patient of his, and she was beyond delighted. So to see her expression of her experience with Dr. Zamir Páez, it stayed in my mind. And when I went back to the States, I started doing an investigation of who was Dr. Zamir Páez. And so I followed him for a good year. And I started thinking more seriously when I asked for a consult. So not only would I recommend him, I actually brought a friend with me. I already gave him the recommendation. I brought my very good friend Lisa, who would have never ever traveled to a foreign country on her own. And, we did it as a team. I had, of course, already been here, but I had explained to her my experience of other physicians, other surgeons, versus now my new experience with Dr. Zamir Páez and his team. I even congratulated the doctor when I had my first consult. And I said to him that I congratulated him as a person, as a plastic surgeon, but also as a person, because our consult when we got here was not 45 minutes. He had just landed from another country, and he took like 3 hours with us in the evening when his family was waiting for him to arrive from the airport. He did not rush us. He made us feel that every question, as silly as it was so important to answer and make sure that we were completely satisfied before we left his. My experience. I've had other experiences in the past that do not compare to this one. By far, this is my surgeon for the rest of my life. I will keep him until I'm an old little lady, and I'll be coming to Dr. Zamir Páez. I said to him before he left to Dubai, I said, I finally found my surgeon. It's like dating, right? Because you have to feel like what's right for you. Not every surgeon is going to feel right for you. Not every team is going to feel right for you. Dr. Zamir's team, not only Nicole, Jessica, Melissa, the whole group has been amazing from the very beginning, pre-surgery, after surgery, and now getting us ready to go back home to the States. They have been extremely family. So once I had heard of a patient, again, at the recuperation home, his name really stayed in my mind. And when I went back home, I really wanted to do more research. So I started looking at his Instagram. And not only did I research his Instagram, but my sister is a very detailed person that really researches information. So she got in touch with the government in Medellin to see if there was any malpractice, by the doctor in the past. And once we saw that he had a clean record, then I just needed to really look at his work. So the first thing I really loved when I started looking at Dr. Zamir Páez's Instagram is that he just was so personable. He was very, very approachable. He really loved all his Instagram was about his work and his family, which I really, really, I just really appreciated somebody that was so devoted to his family. So I reached out to his team and I got in touch with Miss Nicole, which was a delight from the beginning. She was able to give me so much information. She was so detailed about everything, not only detailed, but also very patient, explaining every question that I had. So she never pressured me as to making a decision. She just would give me the information and let me think about it and then get back to her, which I appreciated as well. This to me feels like a second home. I'm from the States. To travel to do surgery, everybody in the States will say you're insane, including my doctor, my internist. When I told her that I was coming to do surgery here, she questioned why in Medellin. We have amazing doctors here in the States, and why there? And I explained to her that it wasn't that we didn't have good doctors in the States, but the culture in Colombia, in Medellin, was a complete different world of what we have in the States. From all of it, from the beginning, from when they received the first phone call of you investigating and asking for a consult, to explaining the whole procedure, the package deals that they have, then arriving and having including their chauffeur pick you up at the airport, bringing you to your hotel, and then feeling right at home at the hotel. The next day, everything is set up for you. Your exams, your medication is sent to your room. We received flowers from the doctor the day of the surgery at our hotel. It's just so much detail. And that's what I was trying to say to my doctor in the States. The detail and the culture here is uncomparable to what the surgeries in the States would be like.